Alright, so the next deck I'm going to play to introduce some of the new cards from Hour of Devastation is the Gitrog monster. So this one's a fairly obvious one because Ruminap Excavator just slots right into it. Now you have Ruminap Excavator, Crucible of Worlds, and Life from the Loam. Gives it some extra consistency for really doing it what it wants to. It wants to get those lands back from the graveyard. And also, interestingly, this is actually a 5-0 list. I just pulled it from somebody else's. Somebody actually, since the new sets out, somebody 5-0'd with this deck. And they all were also playing Hour of Promise. So I'm interested to see how that does. Like I said before, I don't know how great it is. There's no deserts in the deck. So, it's never going to create 2/2 black zombies. But, it might be decent. I guess we'll find out. We are on the play. Playing against Rishka. Rishkar. Alright, this looks pretty capable. Do we want to duress turn one? It seems alright. We had a turn 3. But we got nothing to sack after the fact. Yeah, that seems pretty good. What else was in his hand? Mana Gorger, Ridge Scale Tusker, 5 mana, put a +1/+1 counter for each other creature you control. Okay. Oh, there's a land we can sack. So we have to sack this Crystal Vein, but then we get another land. Is that worth it? Or do we just wait a turn? I don't think it's right to wait a turn. Crop rotation. Do we wait on the crop rotation? Do we want to get something? I can get a combo piece here. But we've got to sacrifice land next turn. Let's wait on the crop rotation. If he has removal or something. Alright. Do I just want to get rid of this thing? I'm so far behind on lands if I don't. Because then I go down to 1 land when I cast this Life from the Loam. Yeah, I think this is better long term. Into your hand. Alright, so... Alright, I don't mind that one bit. Do we want to... Let's see what we draw from this first. Let's just get a forest. And then life for the loam. That, and the crystal vein? Sure. You got it. Not right now. Swamp and so playing this. Oh man, we actually have to discard real cards. Alright, Dark Depths and crop rotation. So we can go off next turn. Let's get rid of these 3 cards and say go. Alright. Don't really care about that. Did he pick his 2 creatures yet? Okay. That's all fine and good. So they're a bunch of mana creatures. We don't need the... So we want Thespian Stage. Let's just draw a card. Alright. Let's just draw a card. Well, that's pretty good. So, Chromox. You can get a counter, that's fine. Oh. It's gotta be that, doesn't it? I was thinking Mox Diamond. So if we play a land, tap 3, we get 2 more, and another one. Dark Depths, 2 more lands. No, that was just made a mistake. It's fine. There's the Mox Diamond. Crystal Vein, it's whatever. And then we need another land. Might have unintentionally opened myself up to something that could have interfered with that. Let's just get the swamp. So that's enough mana for that. Then we can Mazavith. And that's all our lands for the turn. Not looking to do this during the combat stage. He might have a sorcery that'll deal with the giant dude. I feel like they piloted that somewhat clumsily, but I still got there, at least for now. This main stage becomes a copy of this. We pay 2 mana for it. We draw like a bunch of cards. We want to keep the one without counters. We want our 20/20. Maybe I do want Life from the Loam now. Just because we got so many lands that we can bring back now. Yeah, we'll grab Life from the Loam. Even if it does add a counter to Mana Gorger. No. Well, that makes it so it matters a little bit less. Sacrifice that. Oh, that's awesome. Alright. So start with Command Beacon, Titania. I don't think he can get around the Merit Lage, but just in case he can. What do we want? I didn't look at what lands I still have in my deck. I think I have more green than black, so let's grab the Misty. Should look now, see what's still left in my library. Alright, yeah. So are there any swamps? There are no regular swamps. Do I play the Glacial Chasm and then just sacrifice it to Gitrog monster next turn? I can just sacrifice it no matter what. So it's probably fine. Gives us some extra security. And puts a bunch of things into play. Draws us a card. Gaining him a life. Maybe I want to stop doing at this point. How many land drops remaining? Does it tell me? Oh, over here. 2 land plays remaining. So I can play Tireless Tracker, but not a land. Let's play Peat Bog and Blighted Fin and say go. So it's got a very slim window. That's all the cards in his hand. And he's dead to a 20/20 here. Sacrifice the Chasm because we want to attack this turn. Make a bunch of things. Oh, he gained 1 life. Dang it. Like he was guaranteed to do that? No, because it's in the graveyard already. I think we can get 1 extra damage through and use the Mazavith. Let's attack. Maybe I should have played some lands for Asuza first. Yeah, I think that does it anyways. I think we do want this 1 extra. Alright, he's not even blocking. Alright, so we won. Gitrog versus Gitrog. Interesting. Are we on the draw? Is this hand keepable? I think we have to keep it? I don't know. Not have to, but it does have ramp. It's got 2 ramps. He's got his own ramp. Let's Inquisition him. I'm not playing mine because I don't need it yet, and I don't want to use these counters to cast Edge of Autumn. Just a bunch of lands. He's pretty close though. He's got that City of Traders. We don't have a Wasteland. Yeah, so next turn he goes off. And we still have 2 more turns. Maybe I should have done the Woodlot. I guess we can just Toxic Deluge and wipe out his... Yeah, he'll put himself so far back. Toxic Deluging him for 6 is probably pretty good. He draws some cards, but his mana will be so far back because he'll lose his City of Traders if he plays a land. Do we want a forest? Let's get a forest. Alright. Interesting to cycle that after the fact. He can't tech edge us yet. He's looking at City of Traders anyways. So he's played that, he's played that. He can tech edge us the following turn. So maybe we just Bajuka Bog him. And he's away from recasting his commander. And we can cast ours next turn, and then I guess we can command beacon. Seems a little lackluster, but so we know that's gone. So these two he definitely still has in his hand. He has 7 cards. He does have lands. So I guess he could tech edge us to keep us off from next turn, but then we could just Hickory Woodlot. And that's almost even better for us. Looks like that's what he wants to do. As long as he doesn't get a Crucible. A Liliana. Alright. That sucks a bit. We can just return that. That makes our Gitrog monster pretty bad as well. Guess we can draw a bunch of cards before he can activate Liliana, but geez, that Liliana is really hard for us to deal with. Do we cast it anyways? And then what do we... Return that. We draw 1 card. I can't believe he didn't tech edge us. I guess he doesn't want to hurt his own land development. This is pretty poor. Oracle Medaya is pretty good. Actually, it's kind of fantastic. We can tech edge our command beacon, I guess. But I'm not looking to feed a Gitrog monster into a Liliana 2 turns in a row. Is he going to keep any of these? So we've seen that. He still has a forest in his hand. Oh, he discarded a life from the loam. I didn't even notice that. Alright, he didn't draw any cards. Expected that. Tech edging without any extra land plays is not the best strategy. Now that's pretty good. I shuffle? Let's shuffle. Let's get... whatever. I don't know why there's no cover for us in this deck. I don't really get that. I don't really want to expose this Thespian stage to Tectonic Edge, but it's probably fine. I really want an untapped land so we can bring back that Drawnir Temple. This makes Liliana pretty hard. Like, either you activate it and kill the Oracle, which I think maybe you do. Unless you have a kill spell for the Oracle. And then you activate Liliana. Tireless Tracker is pretty good too. If he Tectonic Edges, then did he play land? He hasn't played a land yet. He can play Gitrog Monster this turn. Not if he tech edges me. Or if he doesn't have a land. That's fine. Actually, rather that than the woodlot. And he has played this. So he's got 3 cards in hand. He kept 1 from the Sylvan Library. Alright. I don't know if I play the Tireless Tracker or the Gitrog Monster. Guess the Gitrog Monster gets me further. Sure would like that Bajuka Bog back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no, it doesn't get me anywhere. What are you Imperial Sealing for? Because I don't have any lands to sack. I could Command Beacon, get back Gitrog Monster, and then Cycle, and play the Hickory Woodlot. Because it's 1 card deeper than the Tireless Tracker. I guess you can just tech edges every turn. So what does Tireless Tracker do for us? I play a land. draw a card. I still have Command Beacon open. Or I Gitrog monster. Like, he might have gotten like a Zuza or something like that. Like, he can just go nuts on land drops next turn. And then Tech Edge like all of our things, and it's a hard one. It's a fine line here between the Gitrog monster and I guess he could just have gotten a kill spell. If he got a kill spell, then we'd rather have the Tireless Tracker out. Because making Gitrog monster, I mean, I guess it doesn't. If we do this, it doesn't make it less expensive. But then we're sacrificing a land, so we have less lands in play. We have more lands in play if we Tireless Tracker. Am I talking myself into Tireless Trackering? That's Tireless Tracker. I know, it's really close. It gets us the same depth no matter what. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So it's this number of lands. He can play enough to... he can just hit our Hickory Woodlot. He can play this and then play 2 lands, including the Tectonic Edge. Eternal Witness. What are you getting? Abrupt Decay? Liliana. Alright, well that sucks. Tech Edge. Alright. You making a sack a creature? Do we want to draw first? Let's draw first. I don't know if it changes anything. Alright. Let me play this. Let me say go. I guess we could just play these because, like, I guess we play Exploration. Well, if we play Exploration, we're discarding the Chrome Mox no matter what. Is there any benefit to... Let's play the Exploration. I don't think the Chrome Mox really does much. Makes his Tech Edges worse with the Gitrog monster out, unless he has removal. Alright. I mean, if you're going to play Gitrog Monster, you should have done it before the Crystal Vein. I don't know if he's going to play Gitrog Monster. But it seems like that's what you should be doing. Yeah, he should have done that before discarding the Crystal Vein. I'd kind of love to get this Bajuka Bog back somehow, but let's discard this for now. Come on. No. Right. Let's just say go. He's gonna... Maybe I should have kept a card in my hand to tempt him to... No, I don't want to tempt him to Liliana. I want to force him. So he sacked the Maze of Ith. Be nice to get one of our... Like a Rummanab or like... We could really go off. Maybe I should have tapped the Hickory Woodlot last turn so that I could have sacked it. Or the turn before last so that I could have sacked it last turn. Yeah, I don't know what the point of these snow covered. Alright, we take 8 damage here. If he tech edges our Woodlot now, it's pretty bad for us. Alright, well, Damnation's kind of a dead draw for him. Oh, that's not good. I wish you hadn't done that. He's just drawing into a bunch of gas now. Alright. Dark Depths. Do you have the other half? Dark Ritual is not great. Darkmoor Salvage is quite good. It's been a crazy long game. Alright, you got it. What do you get back? Crystal Bane, Maze of Ith, Misty Rainforest. I think he's out of land drops. Come on. You kidding me? Uh, Alright. Nothing new in here. He gets to go off pretty hard, and we don't. I think Life from the Loam. I mean, the Liliana was really good, but Life from the Loam, and the fact that we've drawn none of those 3 cards that we have that gets lands back from our graveyard. He's drawn, 8 more cards than we have. The Sylvan Library was also obviously very good. He hasn't drawn too many of them, so he's kind of looking at the same cards. He has a lot of shuffle effects, so that does help. I don't think I can block with Gitrog Monster. I think I have to take 6. Alright, you got an Explorer. So now I can't block with anything. So you can play, like, basically all the lands. Yeah, no, I can't block. I need all the draws I can get next turn. Jeez, he's just so much gas right now. Sack the Bajuka Bog, just in case. Well, alright. So we have 3 land plays remaining. We can Bajuka Bog him to get rid of that Life from the Loam. Stops him from going off. Then we need... Wait. Can we just Thespian Stage and make our own Dark Depths? And Imperial Seal for something. So let's Vajuka Bog his graveyard. What do we get? What wins this for us? Damnation gets us close. Is that the only removal we have that kills? Can we Emrakul? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can just Emrakul, but then we can't Thespian stage as well. We can bring something back with Eternal Witness. We can... Oh man, this is tough. This is real, real tough. Is Titania good enough to block a bunch of things? Maelstrom Pulse to kill his thing? Stop him from drawing cards? That's probably good enough, right? Maelstrom Pulse? Oh, we can't. So I guess we can Petrified Field, bring back a land. Command Beacon just in case. Oh, we lose 2 life from this thing. Ah, shoot. Did I miss that? So I have to kill that, don't I? I should have wrathed. I probably should have wrathed. I've got to kill that. Do I do this to draw a card right now? There's not much he can do about it. It's another blocker. We can do it again. It's funny. Do we play something from our hand, or let's play the Petrified Field? Say go. I don't know what that does for us. If that's enough. I probably should have wrathed. I forgot about the death right. Alright, we get ourselves Bajuka bombed, which is fine. I wish it told me how many land drops he has. Alright, he's gaining a bunch of life, which actually makes it a little bit more difficult. I don't want to F6 or anything. We used a bunch of time on our last turn, but he's running out of time faster than we are. Alright, you get an arena. This game is getting out of control. Alright. I think it's Bajuka Bog again. Can we get through? No, we can't. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. And I don't have a wasteland or anything like that. Can't play that. Sacrifice to return that. Oh, well that seems good. One more. Oh my god. That was intense. I cannot believe I won that game. You gotta play to your outs, right? And my out was run a map excavator. And I actually even sacked Bajuka Bog hoping to get it. And that was man. That was nuts. Alright, so we got match 3. We're on the draw. I think this is the same matchup. Lotus Cobra, on the other hand, is nuts. Do I just wasteland that? My hand is so good. Like, I want to ramp up to something. Let's Vamp Tutor. I think we get a Mox. Chrome Mox off the crop rotation? I don't know. It seems bad to get rid of a crop rotation, but man. And then we can Lotus Cobra. That only gets us 2. Or do we just want to... There's no way I want to get rid of this wasteland, but I want to have it work for us So if we Chrome Mox, then we get a play a land. Yeah, that actually works, doesn't it? Let's get a Chrome Mox. I know I complain about these Moxing a lot, but if you can't beat them, join them, you know? And this is another example of why the Moxing are so nuts. Always yes. Always yield. Yes. Green. Sack this. For a bayou. Green. Play a Souza. Did we crash? I crashed. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. So this doesn't leave anything left in my hand, but I think it's really hard for this to be bad for us. Maybe I leave the forest in my hand. Crop rotation? Okay. I guess that's one way it can be bad for us. If he just gets another dual land and then has a dual land in his hand, we're going to have trouble beating that, actually. Alright, Thespian stage. It's not a dual land. I'm holding this forest because of Lotus Cobra. And we get 3 land drops per turn anyways. 4 if we play Gitrog, and keeping the forest in our hand actually allows us to play Gitrog monster next turn. Well, now we need a land. Oh geez, come on. That sucks. So can we Demonic Tutor, play this, Life from the Loam, Wasteland? Please don't tell me I clicked on something, oh my god. Oh, the client lagged. I accidentally clicked on something, and it cost me probably the game. I shouldn't have played that either. Oh my god. Like, all he needs is a land. Oh, that sucks so much. Alright. It's actually really good. So you can't copy target land if target land doesn't exist, right? That was so freaking close. Like, I got so lucky. It still would be really awesome if I had a life from the roam right now. Because I'd have lands in play. Like, I would have gotten the Marsh Flats as well, and I would have been able to play it. Maybe I should have hit the Thespian stage, because you can't sacrifice it, and it doesn't tap for mana. Or the Dark Depths doesn't tap for mana. Maybe it would have been better to hit the Thespian stage. Because this puts him a turn closer to getting Gitrog out. Alright, you just gonna life from the loam? I sure wish I had life from the loam. Exploration, okay. Is that what you tutored for? Or did you just have that? Wow, that is a lot of gas. Deathrite's kind of a turn late. Yeah, I assumed he went for that. You're just going to do it now? That's probably correct. All right. Can we survive at all? Ever? Anything? So I definitely should have hit the Thespian stage. If you've got it active, it works the same way. You have to sacrifice the Thespians or the Dark Depths in order to get the token. So it would have slowed him down on all this other stuff that he played. So lesson learned. Do that next time. So Hour of Promise gets me Mazavith. And something else. We have to take 20 damage. So let's do that. We could just get our own combo. that do anything else? It's just, I don't know, they're both pretty risky because both of them die to a wasteland. Let's get the combo. And get rid of his Thespian stage. I guess we can just fight 2020s. It's not exactly the best plan in the world, but it's something. Because he gets to Gitrog monster. I'm not sure what getting Dark Depths does for you. You can remove all the counters from it. The thinking behind getting rid of the Thespian stage was that he can copy my Thespian stage. We're still pretty far behind. We want to keep the one without a counter. Play a land. For green. And exile the peat bog. No. I don't care about the peat bog. I care about the windswept heath. So, Life of the Loam just would have been so good. I guess the Hour of Promise kind of worked out for us. It's kind of cool that you can Hour of Promise for the combo just straight up. He can attack with a Gitrog monster. He should have attacked with the Gitrog monster. So we'll cast our own Gitrog monster. Can't do anything here. Alright. It's a very slow way of doing it. But you got it. Just pick away at the lands in his graveyard. Trying to make his Crucible not as good. Maybe if he draws a fetch land or something, then that sucks. Maybe I shouldn't have hit the forest. Jeez, what are you casting? Is this an Emrakul? It's totally an Emrakul. I'm gonna watch that again and see if like it was lag like I thought, or if I just clicked. And if it was lag, then I'm gonna submit for redemption. I really, that would have changed literally everything. But an interesting game. Watched that, and that was totally my fault. I'm not gonna submit for a redemption or anything like that. I was clicking on the screen. I shouldn't have been, especially during a tutor. I kind of like have like this nervous twitch where I click and I try to stop it, but that was totally my fault. It's still something that sucks because it would never happen in Paper Magic where you just like draw the wrong card. Like that, I guess it could possibly happen if you're not paying attention, but my fault. I was clicking. Got to learn to not click just randomly like that, and I accidentally clicked on a card and that card was chosen. It didn't really lag much at all. So sorry for that, guys. Still an interesting match. It would have been a totally different match if I had clicked on the right card. But we'll move on to the next one. Alright, we got match 4. We're on the play. Where'd my preview go? There it is. It's all the way over here. His hand looks phenomenal if slow. I don't know, 1 Wasteland. I'm going to try it and probably regret it. I think we actually have to discard if no. Because we're on the play. Or, yeah, we're on the play, so we don't have to discard. Don't think he's playing Winter's Grasp. Selvala. We are definitely Toxic Delusion for 3. Alright. Looking to get a lot of mana. A black land would have been really nice there. So let's... Realms Uncharted. It's Wasteland, Urborg. Salvage. Bayou? Did I miss Urborg? There we go. Yeah. No surprise that he's not interested in the Wasteland. Looking to get an elf or a lightning greave or... Wow, what a knowledge pool. Let's take the greaves. I don't think City of Solitude's a big deal. Famous last words, maybe? Green Sun Zenith is interesting. We can get Rummanek Excavator and Wasteland him. Next turn, for now, let's Liliana and Duress him. Let's get rid of asceticism. And play the Dust Bowl. We might want a Vampiric Tutor. I don't know what for. We could get one of our combo lands. Alright, he throws in the towel. We picked apart his, like, most of his plan already. So, alright. Alright, we got match 5. We're on the play. Playing against Brea. This hand looks pretty good. Being on the play helps. Let's hope they don't have a Mox and a turn 2 Brea. Hold on to this bloodstained mire as long as we can. Notably, Brea can't directly kill Gitrog. There's probably plenty of cards in their deck that can. Duretti is definitely one of them. Oh, has he got a discard spell? Oh, there's a Mox. Jeez. I don't know how they always have it. Oh. And a Signet for a turn 2 Brea. That is absolutely insane. Does Lotus Cobra get us somewhere? I guess it's 3 mana next turn if we do this. We need another land for Gitrog Monster to do anything. It's just crazy how often this happens. It shouldn't happen as often as it does. There's only 2 Mox in the deck. I mean, they all have... like 6 Signets and stuff like that. So that makes perfect sense. Let's go this one. Did he miss a land drop, though? So I guess it wasn't the perfect hand after all. Yep, Vam Tutor. What are you getting here? Winter Orb would actually be pretty punishing right now. Or did you just get a land? Alright. I think I kill Brea. And then Titania is pretty good next turn. I think he Vamp Tutored for a land. Okay, so he's got another land. So, we're not out of the woods yet. We're actually pretty evenly stacked right now. If he wraths, I'm not super mad. It means he's not countering Titania. Because it's strange that he'd attack with these. Okay, so there's the Wrath. He could still counter Titania. Oh, no, he's playing something. Winter Orb. Jeez, the Winter Orb. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Nature's Lure. Sets me back a little bit. Jeez, that's a lot of mana. Pretty close to casting Brea. Is that enough to cast Brea? Yeah, that's enough to cast Brea. Oh, limited resources? Wow, that's actually pretty amazing. Wait. Nope. Nope. We want these ones. This one. And this one. Players can't play lands as long as... If he has a counterspell, we're pretty screwed here. So he can't play any lands now. And I get to keep all mine. Not that it really matters, because he's just all artifact mana. It's an interesting use of limited resources. I sure would like a no rod right now. Casting Brea. Yeah. I did it again. How have I not learned yet? It's actually pretty costly. That cost me a whole turn. And a land drop. Do I attack with this 5/3? Do I attack with this 5/3? And save him mana? Yeah, it seems fine. I think you want to attack with the Thopters before you... Yeah. Okay, he sees that line. I don't know if trading 5 for 4, though. I guess that's really all you can do. So we're not drawing a land. Oh, did I miss my attack? Oh, I'm a bit flustered. I apologize for this one. This one was, I don't know. It's probably winnable. Alright. So we're not drawing a land this turn because we're spam tutoring. I don't know if no rod's good enough to matter. Okay, so we didn't click this time. And no rod's another turn away. We're still dying to the 2/2s in the sky, but we probably would have been able to cast no rod that turn. You can't play lands. Should I be attacking him? Is he just going to trade? And then what? What if he doesn't trade? If he doesn't trade, we're not dead, but we lose the race now that we waited this long. Just play the no rod. Does he really have the remand? I had one card in his hand. I just didn't figure that. That's game, isn't it? We lose the race if we attack. We lose the race if we... we'll run a couple more turns. That remand was brutal. I don't know if it would have gotten remanded last turn. It probably would have. So, are we just dead here? You can just sack a bunch of artifacts. Oh, we can untap with Winter Orb now. And then we're totally dead here. Make him see the line. I don't think the no rod would have been resolved. So, interesting use of limited resources. That's kind of a cool card in a Brea deck. I'm making him do it. Alright, so, yeah. Made a mistake. I need to stop clicking randomly. I don't think it would have mattered, but, oh well. So, we went 3-2. If I hadn't, that first one against, the Gitrog monster, like that was critical. I would have been able to have wastelanded him every turn. There's almost no coming back from that. Maybe Bajuka Bog or something like that, but like he would have been so far behind. I don't think it would have mattered. So, oh, Gitaxian Probe, like the promo Gitaxian Probe, and a Spell Queller. And a whining... Wow, that is a stacked pack right there. 1 second. So, we could have gone 4-1 easily. That is a cool promo. I've always liked this promo, Gitaxian Probe. The promos were 75 cents. Spell Queller's worth quite a bit. Spell Queller's $6.50. Whining Canyons, I think, is like $2. 50 cents. Okay. Not as much as I thought. Oh, I was thinking... I don't know. But Spell Queller's quite valuable. That's very cool. So let's go back to the deck. Um, Romanek Excavator was obviously awesome. Um, the one turn where we like critically it like beat it let us win against Gitrog Monster, and then there was another game where Liliana was just a little bit better, and I would have played it the next turn, but the guy just conceded, and it would have been really good there. And the fact that I could Green Sun Zenith for it was very cool. So Romanek Excavator, just throw that in your Gitrog Monster deck and whatever. Hour of the Promise is interesting because you can actually get the whole combo with that card. That's the only time I drew it, though, was when I accidentally clicked on it. And it was still alright. It allowed me to get the combo and then block with the combo, but then Emrakul did me in. I was just too far behind by that point. But it was still pretty good. I don't know, it's still at a bit of a premium right now because it's a standard legal card and it's new, so like if you don't want to play with it right now, I wouldn't blame you. Yeah, it's still at like $2, which I think it'll fall at some point. You could play like Reap and Sow or something like that, and it doesn't get the combo, but it destroys land. It's still pretty good. But it seems like an okay card. It's not spectacular, but it's pretty good. Whereas Romanek Excavator is spectacular. It's just another Crucible Worlds. It's everything that this deck wants, and it's really good. So, all right. So thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good night.